Yeah, I specifically want to talk about the impacts of the WM Phoenix Open because 700,000 or so people are going to be there throughout the week when you count out every day and total it up. And so obviously we are all watching very closely the impacts on that event. And they're ready. I mean, they have a robust emergency procedure to get people out of harm's way if it does come to that. So let's take a look at exactly what they do. If severe weather is imminent and coming in and going to affect the tournament, they will start broadcasting warning signs on those big electronic signs out there that you can see, the scoreboard signs. They will also, if they need to suspend play, blast an air horn, one big long air horn that is going to let everybody know, hey, play is suspended, you need to seek shelter right away. Tournament officials have told us basically if they do that, that's, you know, they don't want to go there, but if they have to, people should seek shelter, avoid going to an elevated place. You want to stay off a hillside, stay away from a golf cart, stay away from a metal fence, because the idea is you want to reduce your chance of a lightning strike. That is the main concern. The golf course can deal with rain. The golf course can deal with a little bit of wind. It's the lightning that puts people at the most risk, but they've got plans in place. Take a live look right now. This is the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess looking out at TPC, looking out at the WM Phoenix Open. It's dark out there. Obviously no activity right now. A little bit of wind, though. I've seen the trees kind of sway back and forth a little bit, and all eyes will be on what happens tomorrow. And for more on that, our first alert meteorologist, Ian Schwartz, spoke with the PGA meteorologist, the guy who keeps tabs of all the weather situations for the tournament. His name is Kyle Colville, about what to expect tomorrow.
What we're going to be facing Tuesday into Wednesday is, heavy rain potential. What could that do? What does that do for the course bad-wise? Folks who are not familiar with golfing, obviously lightning, that's a no-brainer. What does heavy rain mean?
Yeah, so let's kind of walk through what we could possibly have going into late Tuesday into Wednesday. Obviously, we're in a desert type of an environment, so any type of rainfall could be impactful just because of the way the ground drains and absorbs the water. But potential ramifications for the golf course would be potentially temporary standing water in low spots, potentially on greens or the fairways. Again, based on the fact that when this rain is coming through, the likelihood of having impacts to the event or even the Pro-Am, which is ongoing on Wednesday, it likely have limited impacts. But in a case where we get 1 to 2 inches of rain, we could have to rearrange how golf course maintenance goes out there and cuts the greens or the fairways or where we place a hole location and try to avoid a lower spot in the green type of thing. So there is some strategy involved.
Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily mean the whole, course is not one flat piece of grass and it's just going to get trampled and be a soggy bog or anything like that.
Exactly. I guess if you get a real deluge, it could happen. But yeah, usually it's, specific spots out in the golf course that tend to collect tons of rain. So again, likelihood that any issues persist into Thursday is very unlikely at this point. But again, with the fact that we don't get much rain at this event, it's something that's kind of uncertain as well at this time.
And they definitely got a little bit of rain out there today. This is video from today of the Open. You can see a lot of people had their umbrellas out. They were watching the first alert forecast. You are allowed to bring an umbrella to the WM Phoenix Open as long as it's not in one of those sleeves. It has to be just on its own. And of course, there are other restrictions on what you can and can't bring in. And we've got all that on our website. Just go to azfamily.com/Phoenix Open, and it's got everything you need to know. Vanessa?
Good information. Thank you, Derek. Let's go ahead and take a quick live look outside.